Hello, it's great to know that you are finally here about enrolling in this class. And to those of you that have enrolled in the class already before watching this video, I want to say a big congratulations to you. And if you are about to enroll in the class, just you need to do it very, very fast. This is a Jamb mathematics class, strictly Jamb mathematics. And we are doing everything surrounding Jamb mathematics, preparing all our students for Jamb examination. All right, the upcoming Jamb examination in particular. All right, so there are so many things that we're going to be doing in this class, so many topics we're going to be dealing with, past questions, assignment, classwork, and the rest of them. And I want to share with you some of the topics that we will be handling in this class. The first topic is going to be number bases. And under number bases, we'll be looking at the different number bases. Also, we're going to be looking at how to convert from binary, octal, and hexadecimal, how to convert between these number bases. Quickly, we now move into fraction, decimal, approximation, and percentages. All right. Under this, we look at operations with fractions, also conversion between fraction and decimal, rounding off, percentage calculation, and application in real life scenarios. Quickly. After this, we will move down into simple and compound interest, a very, very wonderful topic. Under simple and compound interest, we will look at calculation of simple and compound interest. After that, we will look at their application in financial situation. Profit and loss will be our next point of call. Profit and loss. Under profit and loss, we will look at calculation of profit and loss, markup and discount, of course, application in business context. After that, I'm super excited because we will move down into shares and value added tax. We call it the VAT. Under this, we look at calculation of shares and dividends, understanding VAT, that's VAT, and its application in business. Quickly, we move down into ratios, proportion, and rate. Ratio, proportion, and rate. Under this, we look at calculation of ratios and proportions, direct and inverse proportions as well, and their application. Indices and sorts will be another next point of call. Indices and sorts. Under indices and sorts, we look at understanding the laws of indices, simplification of sorts, solving equation involving sort. Logarithm is calling us. And under logarithm, we will look at understanding and applying logarithm. All right. And we get into another part of the mathematics class, a part of the mathematics class that is called algebra. That will be algebra. And under algebra, we have so many things that we're going to be looking at. We look at polynomials. Under polynomials, we look at factorization, expansion, and manipulation of algebraic expression. All right. And we now move down into quadratic equation. Under quadratic equation, we look at understanding the nature of root and different method of solving quadratic equation as well. Still under quadratic equation, we will look at simultaneous equation. We look at variations. Under variation, we look at we try to understand direct and inverse, then joint and other forms of variation. All right, progression will be calling us. Are we going to answer progression by looking at arithmetic and geometric progression? And on that is we're going to be looking at how we can find the nth term and the sum of nth term. All right, so we take a break from there and we now move to geometry and trigonometry. A beautiful part of mathematics. Okay, so on that geometry and trigonometry, we're going to look at plane geometry. Under plane geometry, we look at the properties and shapes, we look at angles, we look at triangles, we look at circles and others. Mensuration, still we're going to be looking at mensuration, and we look at calculation of areas and volume of different geometric shape. And then trigonometry, we look at trigonometric identities, and we look at how to the application in solving some questions, with it. Calculus will be our next point of call. And under calculus, we look at limit and derivatives. Under limit and derivative, we're looking at understanding the concept of limit and finding derivatives of simple functions. Just some simple function, how to find their derivatives. And of course, we're going to look at application of derivatives. Finding maximum and minimum values of function, rate of change, and related concepts. All right, and gradually we'll be taking the class to an end with statistics. Under statistics, we'll be looking at data collection and presentation, and that will be understanding different methods of data collection and presentation, talking about the table, graphs, and charts. All right, measure of central tendency will knock on our door, and we're going to answer measure of central tendencies by knowing how to calculate mean, median, and mode. And we're going to be saying bye-bye to the class with probability. And this is how we're going to say bye-bye to the class, by looking at the basic concepts of probability and their application. And we will be looking at tons and tons of past questions regarding all these topics. We'll be treating these past questions, dwelling on these past questions that relates to each of these topics until we gain mastery. If you buy this course, if you enroll in this course, one thing is certain is you're scoring A in your mathematics Jamb examination. What are you waiting for? Look for the button that is around this video, click on it, and make sure you jump into the class. We are waiting for you. Welcome to Easy Learning. I'm super excited to have you. Welcome to Easy Learning. We are super excited to have you.